Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So if you look at my other videos on here, you'll see that what I upload is basically just a raw replay of Master Duel. I just literally hit record and then upload the video. I'm going to try something a little bit different this time. There's some people that watch my videos that might want to learn how to play Traptrix or already playing them, but they don't know basically like what to do in certain situations. So I'm just gonna kind of explain what I'm doing, what my thoughts were during this duel, and if you want to learn how to play them a little bit better, or you just want to see how somebody else thinks, this is a good video for you to watch. I'm recording this off of YouTube because I don't have this replay saved anymore in the game, so this is the only place I have this video now, and I think this is a good one to look at for this. So we're gonna against Eldlich here. Spoilers: he doesn't get skill drain. It's in the title. But we're just going to look at what happens here. Our starting hand here is kind of alright. I don't draw into a Traptrix monster, which is not ideal. You kind of want to get a Sarah on the field. But we do have at least Shade Brigadine and a Parallel Exceed. And then I'll show you why I play. This is why I play Link Spider. You'll see in a bit. So at the beginning, this guy sets 3 cards, and then at this point, as soon as he set 3 cards, I'm just thinking, this guy's probably playing Eldlich because nobody else does that unless it's another Traptrix deck or another Trap deck that didn't draw any monsters. But so I'm already thinking, okay, I should probably get a Gravedigger. I want 2 of them, which I have 1 in my hand, and then I want to get a Rafflesia out for another Gravedigger. So I'm going to let this play out real quick. I'm going to activate the Phantom Knight's Shade Brigadine. Arlecchino is going to trigger. If you guys don't know, I play a small Amazement Engine. What he does is basically, as soon as any trap card is activated, either you or your opponent, he just summons himself for free on the field. But this doesn't matter right now. He's going to get bounced anyway, so that's in vain. I'm going to get a Link Spider here. Like I said, this is why I play Link Spider. It's for weird situations like this where you draw Shade and you draw a Parallel Exceed, but not a Traptrix monster. So you just go into Link Spider and then you could get a Rafflesia out. Or, depending on the situation, you might also want like maybe a Time Thief, but usually a Rafflesia. So there's the Rafflesia. If you guys don't know what she does, she basically activates trap holes from the deck. So that's why I wanted her on the field, because I want 2 Gravediggers for Eldlich, because he's going to activate in the hand and then in the graveyard. So I'm going to Floodgate this here. It's probably not the best play. I could have probably saved that for something better, but nonetheless I Floodgate the trap monster for 1000 damage. So he plays the Pot of Prosperity. I was scared he might have gotten a skill drain here. Like I said, he doesn't get one this whole match, but that's usually bad. Although, for Traptrix, skill drain isn't always the worst, simply because as long as you already have a Sarah and a Rafflesia out on the field, and then the skill drain gets activated afterwards, your monsters aren't affected by trap effects. So Sarah will still go off, and Rafflesia, you can still activate her effects. It's only when you try to summon them when skill drain is already on the field that they can't activate their effects. So right here, he's gonna, like I said, he's gonna activate him from the hand. He's gonna try to pop my Rafflesia, but I have a Gravedigger, so that's gonna get negated. He's gonna take 2k of damage, and then he's gonna try to activate his other effect in the graveyard. And then because a trap card was activated, I get another Arlecchino. But he's gonna do that again, his other effect, and then I'm gonna do another Gravedigger. He's gonna take another 2k, and then I think he's just gonna end this turn right here. So yeah, he sets 1 and then ends his turn and then activates that effect. That trap card he just set basically lets him special summon another Eldlich during my turn. We draw a Horror House here. That's another Amazement card. Like I said, I have a small Amazement Engine. This is basically just a Book of Moon. That's what I use it for. It has another effect, but it actually hasn't come up yet. I think it just negates a card, but for some reason it just hasn't come up yet. But Also, don't do this. This is useless. Don't put her in attack mode. I was just getting greedy here, but this is not worth doing. Just keep her in defense mode. But he's gonna special summon the Eldlich here. And then I forgot to mention, this was a pretty bad play on my part. I will show you why it's going to happen in a little bit, but I should have kept this in the spell and trap card zone. He's going to pop my Arlecchino here with Conquistador, and then I go into a Sarah because Rafflesia doesn't have any more material at this point, so she's kind of useless to me. So I just want to get the Sarah out to get more advantage from trap cards. And then this is where I mess up. This is a useless play. I'm going to go into Nightmare Phoenix, but I realize that I don't have any cards in my hand. So this is literally useless. I wanted to pop this back row real quick or bounce it, but like I said, I don't have any cards in my hand. So this whole play was useless. I could have kept the Shade Brigadine here, and that was an oversight on my part. But nonetheless, I activate the Torrential and get everything else on the board. Obviously, Sarah is not affected by trap effects. I'm going to get Myrmilio out from Sarah's effect. When a trap card is activated, I can special summon a monster from my deck, a Traptrix monster, so I special summon Myrmilio, and then when she is special summoned, she can pop a back row. And then because Myrmilio's effect was activated, Sarah's other effect is activated. When a Traptrix monster activates an effect, I can set a trap hole trap card from my deck. I go for Nightmare here. This card is kind of useless in this duel because Eldlich doesn't really activate any monster effects. The only reason I set this card is because I think I didn't have any other trap hole cards in my deck anymore. So that's the only reason why I set this one. There was no other targets for me basically. But this card, that card's not gonna go off in an Eldlich deck probably ever. So I get some good damage here. He's only at 600 left. Although it's gonna take me a few more turns to actually finish him off. So he's going to get a Conquistador set. He's going to activate Eldlich. I don't have a Gravedigger, but I do have Horror House, which is going to save me here from taking damage. Like I said, this is basically just a Book of Moon. And then because I activated a trap effect, Sarah's effect activates. I special summon Dionea because what she does is when she's special summoned, I can set a trap hole that was in my graveyard, but it's banished at the end of my next end phase. So that's important to mention because of a play I'm going to do right now. So I go for Gravedigger, obviously, because I don't want him to summon another Eldlich. I Book of Moon him, and then he just kind of passes turn, I think. So I draw into a Kaiju here. Spoilers, this Kaiju is actually going to win me the game for a very specific reason. I kind of use them as bait, and I'll explain that when it happens. But I'm going to go for a Time Thief here. This is just in case. This is insurance that I made in case he has like a random Raigeki or something. I can just banish him because she would get destroyed. I would just banish him and then he would come back at the end phase. Right here he gets to summon another Eldlich, and then what I do here is, so he activated a normal trap, so I get Sarah's effect. I summon Mantis. I'll let that play out. Oh, this is important actually. So he activated Conquistador. Because he has Eldlich, he can pop one of my cards. So what I do here is I chain Time Thief to banish himself because I don't want him to get popped. So what happens here is because he's gone, now he has to target Sarah, which is not affected by trap effects. So he basically just gets to summon him and he doesn't pop anything because of that. And then he's going to come back at the end phase, Time Thief. So right there, he targets Sarah. Not affected, so nothing happens. I summon Mantis because remember when I said, Dionea, if you don't use the card she sets by the end of your next end phase, this is going to get banished. So I don't want this to get banished because I need this to deal 2k damage to him. So what I do is I bounce this back with Mantis. That way, Dionea's effect basically just doesn't happen anymore. So it goes back to my hand and then I just reset it so that it'll be active the next turn, because that would have gotten banished by the end of my phase. So right here, what I did here is I kaiju'd his Eldlich because I'm not sure if he had another one in the graveyard. But this is basically a bait because I wanted him to activate his effect in the graveyard. That way I can Gravedigger on the next turn and then he just dies. And that's basically the whole play. But I make a Kularia here just for insurance. If he for some reason decides not to activate the effect, I just get a whole bunch of advantage from the end phase. So right here I'm going to summon Mermelio and pop his trap card, the Conquistador. And then Time Thief will come back. And then I'll just let the rest of this play out. Basically what I wanted to happen, he does exactly what I wanted him to do. And right there, he activates Eldlich. I chain Gravedigger. I negate and he takes 2k and that's pretty much game. So yeah, that was the duel. If you're planning on playing Traptrix or you play Traptrix, I hope this helped a little bit on how you play, or maybe it helps you make better decisions. Or you could also comment and tell me what you do, like how you play, what cards do you play. If you want a deck profile, I can upload a picture. I did post a comment on a different video, but I kind of changed the deck up a little bit, so it's a little bit different now. But yeah, if you like the video, just make sure to like and put a comment and then subscribe. And that's pretty much it. I will see you guys next time.